Hey everyone, D here, and I hope you are as excited as I am. Skye has embraced her identity as Daisy Johnson. Quake, she's got a new look. S.H.I.E.L.D's got new toys, and Coulson's out of his suit. It's a whole new season. Season 3 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D, Episode 1, Laws of Nature. Alright, so in this episode, we are several months past the end of Season 2. Most of the team has moved on. Melinda May is still out on vacation. She hasn't returned. Jenna is still missing. And Daisy and Mac are now a new team looking for Inhumans. They have been searching throughout the US, they have been searching throughout the world, they have located a few, but they have never been able to catch up to them. They keep disappearing. At the beginning of this episode, they finally track down one and encounter one of the Black Ops groups that they are competing with. Now, this Black Ops group is led by Rosalind Price, played by Constance Zimmer, and she is one smart cookie. They have set up a very nice rival for Coulson. Beauty, setting up a pattern so you can set up a trap. She established a pattern, let Coulson come right in, and boom, nailed him. Great tete-a-tete between the two of them, great banter, really kind of diving into the different points of view in the world. But through that encounter, they discover that it's not the other group. It is not Rosalind's group that is taking the other Inhumans. They have been killed, and they are being killed by Lash. Lash is an Inhuman. Lash judges whether or not the new Inhumans that are starting to pop up again because of the spread of the Terrigen compound through fish oil, and as they remark in the episode, starting to spread throughout the environment, is going to start causing more and more Inhumans to be popping up. Lash determines whether or not these Inhumans are worthy of their power. They don't really get into it in this episode, but that is the character's motivation. And Daisy and Mac run into him while trying to recruit Lincoln back into the group. At the end of the last season, Lincoln was with them, but he has since moved on. He is trying to establish his own life. That is not going to last. He doesn't want to go back to S.H.I.E.L.D, but Lash kind of changes that, exposes him. He can no longer have his regular life. Great little scene between them, and really pushing the motivation, pushing the depth of importance for these characters. Also, we get Fitz in the field. Love seeing that. Of course, Fitz is obsessed with finding out what happened to Jenna. Most of the group has really kind of moved on. They have accepted the fact that she is gone. They've run their tests, they've done their things, they have locked down the room. They haven't even let anyone into the room that the monument is in. But Fitz is not giving up. He has been leaving the lab. He is traveling the world. He is pushing to find the answers, and it is great. Ian is an amazing actor, and it's great to see him kind of jump back in. Last season, he was dealing with a lot of the mental recovery from the damage at the end of Season 1. With this, he is back in form. He is pushing the edge. He is taking no prisoners. And he is not afraid to stare major terrorists down in the face in order to get what he wants. Really can't wait to see some more of that. And tying things together with the greater MCU is President Ellis, who pops in with a speech at the end of the episode. Great seeing William Sadler. He was first seen as President Ellis in Iron Man 3 as the kidnapping victim of Aldrich Killian. Brief mention of him in Winter Soldier as well, and now continuing in with the series. Using William Sadler as President Ellis is really a great move to tie in again to the rest of the MCU. William's done TV, he's done movies, he can stretch back and forth, and is a great way again to continue to carry the feel of the MCU down into the series without having to get some of the really big name A-list actors in. And he does a good job of setting up Rosalind's office, and doesn't set by name, but obviously he uses some of the same words that she uses to Coulson earlier in the episode, where Coulson remarks that that there is no one above Rosalind, that she is definitely in charge, has been given the go-ahead by the president to hunt down the Inhumans, capture them, study them, put them away. We don't really know what his motivation is for that yet. We will be discovering that throughout the episode, but this is setting up the eventual civil war, which will happen towards the end of the season. Great way of setting up the Superhuman Registration Act. They're trying to find out who the new Inhumans are, what they can do. The concern is building for that. I'm not sure how they're going to tie that necessarily into Civil War, in the sense of Civil War is probably going to be its own unit, and this will be secondary. Civil War will be dealing with all of the main heroes. This will be dealing with the Inhumans and kind of sub-episodes. Would be great if they really kind of tied everything back in together in the film, but because they don't necessarily know if everyone who sees the films are watching the show, they may not want to leave people in the dark that way. However, really great way to keep the consistency of the universe and set up that momentum and direction for what will be Civil War. And finally, we have Jenna in space. So yeah, that's what's happened to Jenna. The monolith ends up being a transportation device, a doorway to some unknown planet at the edge of the galaxy, or in the middle of the galaxy, somewhere out there. So they had said the monolith was death to Inhumans, and obviously it doesn't kill them, but it transports them. So the big question now, of course, is where does it transport them to? Is it the Kree homeworld, where the Kree feel like that they can deal with their creations themselves? Is it some prison planet? Is it a military training facility, since the Inhumans were originally bred for war? Not really sure. Jenna's scared. She's running from something. And has this move altered her? Has it changed her? She was not very pro-alien before this. How is that going to happen? How is that going to affect her viewpoint after this? And again, a powerful scene by Ian DeCastacker of just screaming at the monolith, trying to find answers, knowing that there is something there, and really not willing to give up. Even with Coulson's speech at the end, he is not giving up. He is going to push. He is going to find the answers. And we're all really excited to see what that is. So, and a quick side question. Obviously, Coulson's referred to, he's been going through several hands to try and find the new one, and none of them feel right. Dr. Cho from Age of Ultron, could her research be used to get him a new hand? There's an interesting question. Not sure if they're going to tie that back into it. They seem to be going more of the robotic work at the moment, but that would be kind of an interesting point to see if they follow that up. But it looks like it's going to be an exciting season. The really push for Secret Warriors, the battle between Coulson and Rosalind and their two competing philosophies. Will they work together at some point? Are they going to just continue to butt heads throughout the episode? And what about Ward? Ward is starting to set up and rebuild Hydra. A Hydra probably in his own image, in his own philosophy. So that's going to be really interesting to see how he is going to reappear and really disrupt the lives of the agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Looking forward to it. We will see you next week, be talking all about it. Please feel free to subscribe, hit like if you enjoy what I'm saying. Comments in the section below. Let me know what I'm saying. Does it work with you? Is there something else that you want to hear? New perspectives. I want to give you what you are looking for. So please feel free to do that. I'm going to take off. I'm D. Y'all take care.